What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cincinnati Reds Daily on YouTube. You can also find me on Reds Daily 4 on X. Today, we're going to dive into if the Reds should sign Tyler O'Neill. Tyler O'Neill played outfield for the Red Sox last year. Before that, he played with the Cardinals for a number of years. Let's dive into some pros and cons of the Reds possibly signing Tyler O'Neill. Some of the pros. So adding a power bat is a need for the Reds. This offseason, the Reds were 19th in all of Major League Baseball with 174 home runs in 2024. Considering the Reds play all their home games at Great American Ballpark, which some people call Great American Small Park, it's not great to be 19th in home runs. So the Reds need some power. Tyler O'Neill would fill that void. He had 31 home runs. He had a WRC plus of 131 last season with the Red Sox. He's someone that could be a big upgrade in the middle of the Reds lineup. Another pro is he is pretty affordable. MLB Trade Rumors projects O'Neill to sign for about 3 years, $42 million. That would be significantly less than what other power bats like Anthony Santander and Teoscar Hernandez would sign for. I know nobody likes to hear this, but with the Reds being a small market team, it's a lot easier for them to sign a guy like Tyler O'Neill than to get into bidding wars with big market teams like the Dodgers for guys like Teoscar Hernandez. And it's probably also a little bit more realistic. Tyler O'Neill is also just still 29 years old, which makes him younger than other guys on the market. I know we talked about previously on this channel, Jurickson Profar. He's younger than Profar. Jock Peterson, younger than Peterson. He's younger than Teoscar Hernandez even. So with O'Neill, I don't think you'd have to worry quite as much about him being in decline in the final years of his contract. Now let's go through some of the cons with O'Neill and some of the things that aren't so great with Tyler O'Neill. Again, much like Jurickson Profar, who I told you we've highlighted before, he's been inconsistent throughout his career. In 7 seasons between the Cardinals and the Red Sox, O'Neill has had a WRC plus over 100 in just 3 of those seasons. Now, to be fair, in 2023, he had a WRC plus of 97. In 2022, he had a WRC plus of 99. So the last 3 years, he's been pretty good. Last year was really good. The 2 years before that were just below average, but they weren't terrible. Platoon bat. Is Tyler O'Neill a platoon bat? Maybe. In 2024, O'Neill slashed 209, 290, 403 in 105 at-bats against right-handed pitching, compared to 313, 430, 750 against left-handed pitching. So he's mashed left-handed pitching last year with like a 1100 OPS compared to under 700 OPS against right-handed pitching. You could platoon him with a guy like Jake Fraley, but do you want to pay 40 plus million to a guy who you're going to platoon? That's the decision you'd have to make. Now, it is worth noting that O'Neill's 2024 numbers against right-handed pitching were well below his career average. His career OPS against right-handed pitching is about 751, which is pretty decent compared to about 932 against lefties. So he is a guy that regardless, he just wrecks left-handed pitching. Defensive struggles. O'Neill does struggle defensively. The Reds as a team struggled defensively last year, and O'Neill would just add to those struggles. In 95 games in the outfield for Boston last year, he was 25th out of 39 left fielders with -4 outs above average. So you'd have to look, is O'Neill's at-bats something? Is it going to make up for his struggles in the field? You'd have to make that decision. Strikeouts. O'Neill strikes out a lot, which is something the Reds did as well last year. The Reds were 9th in all of Major League Baseball in strikeouts in 2024. O'Neill's another guy who strikes out a lot. In 2024, he struck out 159 times in 113 games. In 2023, he struck out 67 times in 72 games. 2022, he struck out 103 times in 96 games. So he's striking out a lot. You just have to kind of say, okay, do you want to minimize strikeouts, and you'd have to accept not having some of that power, or are you going to say, we'll live with the strikeouts for a guy that's going to hit 30 plus home runs? Those are the pros. Those are some cons. Overall, I'm not really sure exactly where I fall on it. If I think the Reds should sign O'Neill. I do get really excited about signing a guy that hit 31 home runs last year and bringing him into Great American Ballpark. At the same time, his splits really scare me, and I'm not sure the Reds should spend that kind of money, on a guy that's only going to play against lefties. Now, with that being said, I think if he has the numbers against righties that he's had for his career and not just 2024, that 750 OPS, I think it'd be a great signing because he's going to mash lefties. But I worry with how bad he was against righties last year a little bit. So I think I could be sold on it, but I need to see him play a little better against righties. The strikeouts I don't love, but I can live with it for a guy that's going to hit for power. The defense, our defense is bad. It is what it is. You have to get some offense in the lineup. We saw that last year. We had bad defense and bad offense last year, so at least you'd be getting better offense with Tyler O'Neill. So that's the thoughts on Tyler O'Neill. If you've made it this far, comment below if you think the Reds should sign Tyler O'Neill. If you don't think the Reds should sign Tyler O'Neill, let me know who you think the Reds should sign. As always, thank you. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun stuff. This is Cincinnati Reds Daily on YouTube. You can find me on Reds Daily 4 on X. With that, go Reds. See you next time.